Mark Robbins said it had been coming. Is he right?
Had you right? Well, yes. I think I've mentioned before that it's a case of taking chances, and bizarrely, we scored a goal on Saturday from not taking a chance, which is just about sums it up, really. We missed a sitter and we scored a goal from it. So, it's been on the cards that we got a chance of turning somebody over. I was surprised to do it at Millwall, to be honest.
We'll come back to the Coventry view. I want to pick over that Millwall result and also ask you about what's coming up. You scored from a corner.
Yes.
What happened, doesn't it? Is that something to celebrate?
Everything that we haven't been doing, we did. I think it was our first goal after 90 odd corners. It's bizarre, and really, it's just a simple ball into the box that evaded everybody and landed at the feet of Ben Sheaf.
Yeah.
It's that simple, isn't it? Really, but it rarely happens. So yeah, we did score from a corner. So that's another plus point.
And just talk about Haji Wright, because I've only obviously watched the highlights. You were there. Is it true, or is it an exaggeration from some reports that he could have had a hat trick himself?
Yeah, he was put through the first half. Their defender gave him a little push. He had the shot to keep. I mean, it was a good save actually, but it's frustrating when he hasn't scored. He has scored 4, but you're thinking he should be putting away. I mean, the first goal was basically he was 6 yards out and fluffed it completely. Keeper saved it, rebounded straight to Matty Godden, who put it away, and then he had a chance in the second half as well. So yeah, he could have had a hat trick, really.
Yeah. There were many Coventry fans on Twitter saying Godden should be dropped, and actually is the weakest of the 3. Is it sweet redemption? I mean, you didn't agree with that last week when I asked.
Right.
It's nice redemption for him.
Yeah, I don't understand it. He's the guy who's got the best scoring record in the club. I don't know what they want from him. When I hear things about he's not doing enough around the box and all that, but his job is to score goals. I don't want him too far away from the goal, really. He's like I suppose a modern day Tony Cottee, you could say. that type of goal scorer. You want him in the box, don't you? He's quick. He's got a good. The first couple of yards are pretty quick. I wouldn't expect him to outpace a defender, over 40 yards or something, but definitely over 2 yards in the box. I'd put my money on him getting there first.
Yeah.
So you got to keep him. He's our main striker at the minute.
Was it also positive how many chances Millwall were limited to? That's an aspect of the game that had been too open in this month, hasn't it? Is it nice to see that Millwall were quite restricted?
Yeah, what's interesting is he's brought in Collins to play in goal and his 2 previous Barnsley centre-halves in front of him. So basically, you got the 3 lads who played for Barnsley last season who got to the Championship playoff playing in our defence. And the clean sheet against Stoke, clean sheet again Saturday. Collins looks decent as well in goal. But I think the back 4 suits us. It definitely suits the players who's got playing right back and left back as well.
Yeah, you said that last week, didn't you? That that style of play has to be adopted going forward. So 19 points, 20th place still on the up, 7 points away from the drop, which is not really a consideration at all. Just going back, was he right? Had that been coming? We've spoken every week. We saw the Stoke game. You've been marginally defeated at times, and then had a few 0-0s. Had that sort of result been coming as a battery? But you have you been in the cusp of this kind of result?
I think so, but you don't expect it to be the next game. You always say there's going to be a time we're going to batter somebody, and it just clicked on Saturday. I think we're fortunate to play Millwall after the international break, once they've had a break from that good win they had at Sheffield Wednesday, because I think had we played them straight away, they'd have been really, really up for it. I think it may have been a different game, but I think because there was a gap between the 2 matches. And also, the first 10 minutes, Millwall were pretty decent. They put us under a bit of pressure, and we took a good 10, 15 minutes to settle down. But I'm just confident that if you create chances, you'll take them in the end. I can't believe you're going to miss them all season. It's impossible, isn't it? we're in the top 6 for chances created or something, and we're, like I said last week, the bottom 6 for actually taking them. So that's where the problem's been all season. So hopefully this is the start of a change.
And I didn't realise that Coventry in November don't really get on that well historically. So I'm sure you'd be glad to see the back of this one. It's picked up, isn't it, towards the end? Okay, it's nearly Christmas time, so it's right. This week we're asking our clubs on this channel, Claudio, what do you want for Christmas? So January transfer window. What do Coventry need?
We need a creative midfielder. Callum O'Hare is in his last year of his contract. I don't know. Apparently, there's something's been offered. It seems to be hanging around a bit too long now. But we need to bring somebody else in anyway. We definitely have a creative midfielder. It looks like there's talk of a Ghanaian centre half coming in. Apparently, we're favourites to get him at another 3 or 4 million. I don't know where this money's coming from, and. So I think that's what we need. I don't think we need any more strikers. We've got to let the lads we've got now bed in and get on with it, basically. It just seems a daft thing to do. And they've got them on long contracts, so they're supposedly not going anywhere. Even Matty's here for another 18 months yet. So I think creative midfielders, we probably do need more defenders, to be honest. But we've got midfielders you can destroy, but we do need more of the playmaker types, basically.
And any worries about the Premier League sniffing around some of your top performers at all?
No, thankfully they haven't been performing to the scales of last season. I think it's a ploy. I think they do it every season.
Is that right?
In January, no, everyone's going, well, even last year they were saying, Hamer's going to go, Gyökeres is going to go, and nobody sniffed them really. They weren't interested because we weren't really doing much. It's after Christmas they seem to start picking up.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic, nevertheless. Okay, all right, Ipswich then this weekend doesn't really come much tougher than Ipswich away. What are your thoughts?
I've been looking at their form, and they do like letting goals in. I know,
especially early on. First 10 minutes in games.
Yeah, they've not. This is the first time they haven't scored, isn't it? Is that right? I think they've been scoring every game.
Yeah, they've scored in every game since Valentine's Day, but then got a shutout against West Brom. It's incredible.
Yeah, I've been thinking the last few weeks they just seem to be conceding too many goals. I know they've been scoring 3 and 4s and 2s, whatever, but they've. So I fancy we could score a goal at least. Now it's whether or not we can shut them out. They're a handful, aren't they? They're buzzing. They're just on an upward spiral, basically. But I feel personally, the 3 teams that came down last season, I think will go back up. I think it's looking that way. I think Leicester are too strong. They've got a big squad. I think Leeds and Southampton, they're going to get their act together after Christmas. And with the January window, they're going to have the power to buy people, aren't they?
Yeah.
I just think Ipswich are going to get caught, basically, because it's they can't afford too many defeats, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we hope for the neutral's sake that Ipswich and West Brom and Middlesbrough.
Exactly. And even us hope to get in the playoffs and all that. But I just feel personally for the Championship, the 3 teams that went up wasn't great, and the 3 teams that came down wasn't great because it's made it a bit uneven in terms of the spending power and all that.
Yep.
In a selfish point of view, you want the weaker clubs to come down, don't you?
Makes them more competitive. I
think it'd be interesting because they've got Connor Chaplin, which I used to really like at Cov. He was good, but for some reason he didn't settle in. I don't know what was going on there, but he's playing in a number 10 role, which is totally different to what we had him as a striker, out and out striker. But they're playing him a lot deeper at Ipswich. So it'd be interesting how he performs against us. He's a good lad, he is. I do like him.
West Brom played this very high line against them, and it worked. That's something that you've not seen Coventry do in games. Is that you think Robbins is gonna stick with what he knows best, or is he going to try something different for this one? Because you can't play Ipswich the same way you played against teams like Stoke because you'll get torn apart.
It'd be interesting because obviously we're playing tomorrow night against Plymouth, which means I still reckon we'll go 4-3-3 against Plymouth. I'm not sure he can do 4-3-3 against Ipswich because they'll completely outplay us in midfield. We get torn to shreds. So I think he'll have to be a bit more pragmatic and probably a bit more boring.
Yeah, the old.
I don't think we've got the players. We haven't got that. Well, it depends how fit O'Hare is, but we haven't got the kind of player that you need to do a 4-3-3 against a side like Ipswich. And also the two. I mean, we've got Sakamoto out wide. He was great on Saturday. Really good, up and down the wing, loads of energy. Hadji Wright's on the left. He's not like that. He's a bit of a stroller. And I think you can't have that against a side like Ipswich because they're 100 mile an hour. They like to get in your face. They're high energy. It's be a tough one. I mean, the last time we played there, we won 1-0. It was the game before COVID, before it all stopped, and it's a game basically where we won the league as such because of the points per game thing. I mean, we were 7 points clear of third place, and we only 10 matches to go, so I think we'd have gone up anyway. But that sort of sealed the deal. We never normally do well at Ipswich, so that was a surprise. And we also drew there in the cup and beat them at home that season. I have been about 3 times to Portman Road. I don't think I've seen us. I think I've seen us score 1 goal and lose all the games. I'm not going Saturday.
Stay away.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Let's get a prediction then, Claudio. Thanks. What are you going with?
I'm going to go. It depends what happens tomorrow night, because if we do badly tomorrow, I think, oh no, what's going to happen Saturday? I would like to think we'll come away with a draw. I do. I think a score draw, 1-1 draw or something. I think we can muster that.
Well, I'm glad you're on the up. It's good to see you smiling again.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't have you miserable every week, Claudio.
No.
Right. Cheers for joining us. I'll catch you up next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers for that. Nice one.
Cheers.